we are going to start with the 3 types of triangles. So you were right. Equilateral has 3 sides that are exactly the same. So this side is the same exact length as this side and is the same exact size as this side. So all 3 of the sides, they're equilateral. The isosceles is like a cone, but the cone part is like an even V. So this side and this side are even, and this side is not. So an isosceles has 2 sides that are equal. And it always looks, it could be different shapes, but it's always going to look like a cone because this side is going to be smaller and these sides are going to be like an even V shape. Can you see that?
2 equal sides and 2 equal angles?
Yeah. So we have a V shape that's exactly the same size, and then we have this and this. Okay.
Oh, actually, an ice cream cone.
Exactly. Might look longer or more narrow or wider, but there's going to be 2 sides that are equal and 2 sides and 1 side that is not equal. And then this one is called a scalene, and that means that there are no equal sides. So this is one size. See how it has 2 here and it has 3? It means none of the sides are equal. So that's a scalene.
Not even an equal angle.
Yep, nothing is equal. Everything is different. So our first one, equilateral, has 3 equal sides. Isosceles has 2 equal sides. And a scalene has 0 equal sides. So that's how we know our triangles. Now our angles, we have, if it looks like an L, it is a right angle. And most of the time they're going to put a little square right here. That tells you that it's 90 degrees. And there's only one type of right angle. It has to look like a perfect L. Just like that. If it looks like this, that's not it. It has to be perfect up and down. So a right angle is only 90 degrees. That is it. This one, suppose we had a shape that looked like this. If we drew our L right here, we would see that this is larger than 90 degrees. Even if it's 91, it's still larger. So this right here is our angle. And if we drew, here's our angle. And if we drew this line right here, we would see that it's larger than 90 degrees. And that is called a what? Obtuse. So an obtuse angle is anything that's over 90 degrees. So 91, 95, 100, anything over 90 degrees is called an obtuse. Now, there is a limit. I don't know if you found out about this. This is 180 degrees.
Yes, I just know.
So this is called a straight angle. So we now know that an obtuse angle could be anything over 90, but not 90, right? But it also can't be 180. So it's anything between 91 degrees and 179 degrees. As soon as we get to 180, it's a straight angle. As soon as we get to 90, it's a right angle. And anything smaller than a right angle, so anything 89 degrees or less, is a little teeny cute angle, and it's called acute.
So this would be the straight angle?
That's it. Yep. 180 degrees is a straight line. And then here's the cool thing. This is 360 degrees, and this is our circle. So if you took this 180 degrees, I'm going to try to show you on Zoom. So here I have a piece of paper, and you can see this is 180 degrees, right? It's a straight line. If I take it and I fold it, it becomes two 180 degree angles. So let me grab two. Here I have 180 degrees, and here I have 180 degrees. If I take these and I tape them,
Kind of so I can't see them very well.
if I take them and tape them together and fold them, this is, I actually have to tape them. Let me get my tape. So this is 180 degrees. That makes sense, right? It's a straight line. And this is 180 degrees. And now I'm going to tape these together like this. And I'm taking this 180 degrees and this 180 degrees. And I'm going to tape them together, and guess what they make? A circle. So that's why a circle is, this right here is a straight line that they've curved. And then this right here is a straight line that they curved, and they stuck them together. And we can see that 180 plus 180 is 360 degrees. Okay, does that make sense to you, honey? A little bit? Okay, now we're going to do perimeter and area. So for perimeter of a square, you are going to do 4 sides. So the perimeter is 4s. And say this is my side. It's 3 inches. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to write out the formula. So here's step 1. P equals 4s. And then you're going to write 4. What, honey?
I know the formula. It's P equals L plus W, and you can put a number before the L or W.
So that's for a rectangle. For a square, our formula is side plus side plus side plus side. You have this side plus this side plus this side plus this side. So you can either do side plus side plus side plus side, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or you can just do 4 times 3 because this is side 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we know that side plus side plus side plus side is the same as 4 times 3. So you can either do...
So divide, put the answer divided by one of the numbers, and then you would get another answer?
Nope. So clear your brain. I'm going to explain it again. Whatever you think it is, we're going to replace it with what I just said. So here we have a square, and we're saying that the side is 3 inches long. You have an option, whatever you want to do. You can either do perimeter equals 4s, which means 4 times whatever the side is, or you can do side plus side plus side plus side. I think it's easier to multiply, so I like to do 4 times s, and s stands for the side. So whatever number they give, a square always has to be even. So if this side is 3, then this side is 3, this side is 3, this side is 3. You cannot have a square that has any other different side. They have to all be the same, or they're not a square. So we can either do 4 times 3, or we can do 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. In either case, you're going to get the number 12. And then our last step is to write our label. And our label is going to be inches, millimeters, centimeters, feet, meters, whatever they told us that this is. We're going to write that here. This is 12 inches. Now, that's perimeter of a square. Excuse me. Now, area of a square is a little different. So the area of a square is going to be, we have 3 inches. You're going to do side times side. And we know that this is the side. So we're going to do area equals 3 times 3.
I have a question.
Yes.
Like, am I right when I say area means the size of a surface?
So you were kind of right. There are 2 types of surfaces. There is, so let me finish this and then I'll explain that to you. Area equals 9 because 3 times 3 is 9. And then we have our inches here, so we're going to label our answers. And then for area, we put a 2 right here. We don't put it in the middle of the word inches, we put it above. So it's not 9 inches, it's 9 inches, and this stands for, it's called square.
So it would be 9 inches squared.
Exactly. And we put the number 2 there to tell our teacher that we know that it's 9 inches squared.
Oh, you're my teacher.
I am your teacher. Yeah. But you also have a different teacher who's going to be giving you a math test on Friday. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you what this means. So perimeter always means, like, here's a garden. So you and mom or you and dad or you and brother say, I want to plant a garden. The perimeter.
It destroys the flowers, so I would say mom or grandma.
Okay, so here's the perimeter. Here's your flowers. And you're going to build a box that holds these flowers. If you wanted to know the perimeter, you would be walking on the outside of the box like this. That's
what they said in the video, that you would be walking around the box and
Yeah.
you would see how many miles you walk.
Or inches or feet, yeah. So that is the surface of an area, like what you just said, right? You said the surface of something, but you're measuring the outside of it. Now, area means that you have the same planter box, but now you want to find out how many things you need to fit inside of this planter box. So,
am I right when I say that if you were like perimeter, for the perimeter, for the one where you walk around, would it be true that we'll just have to count how many feet you walked, like count how much, like say when you step, you would count that, and the next step you would count that.
So that's actually a good question. So suppose I said, oh, Natalia, you look like you've had too much to do today. Let me walk around this. Wouldn't I have a different number than you because my feet are a different size than you?
Yes.
So what we do is we use a ruler or a tape measure, and then we don't have to worry about it because the ruler and the tape measure, doesn't matter if I'm measuring it or you're measuring it, we're going to get the same answer. But if you use your foot and I use my foot, we're going to get a different answer. So this is perimeter. It's the area around something. And the area is the area inside of the shape. Okay, let's go on to perimeter and area of a rectangle. So now we have a rectangle. And the definition of a rectangle is that it has 2 equal sides. So we have the length And this length has to be, if it's a rectangle, so put your hand down, honey, and just listen for a minute. This length and this length have to be exactly the same. That is the definition of a rectangle. So we have a length here and we have a length here. They're across the street neighbors, right? And then we have a width here. This width has to be the same exact size as this width. So we have across the street neighbors that are width. We have across the street neighbors that are length. And the length in this one is, say, 6, and the width is going to be 2. So to find the perimeter, we are going to say that this is 2, this is 2, this is 6, and this is 6. And now we're going to take a walk around. 2 plus 6
Yes.
plus 2 plus 6, and then we're done walking. We already got this. So it's going to be 2 plus 6 plus 6 plus 2. Now we add it together. 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 6 is 14, plus 2 is 16. So our perimeter equals 16 inches. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you had your hand up. Did you have a question or did it already get answered?
I was going to say that my mom says, so would it be right for like talking about area, that area equals L times W or area equals B times H?
Yes. So I'll tell you about area in a second. Does perimeter make sense? It's width and length and width and length. We can do it as width plus length, or we can do 2W plus 2L. Either way is fine. So this would be, what is the width? The width is times 2 plus 2W, length is 6. You can do it either width plus length, or you can do 2 width, which is 2 times, the width is 2, plus 2 times, and then our length is 6. For perimeter, I would just add all the sides together. It's just the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, that's how I always do it.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Okay, our last thing is area. So area, Mom is right. It is length times width. And then what we do is we take our length, which we know is 6 inches, and we take our width, which is 2 inches, and then we just do area equals length times width. Area equals 12. We know that our label is inches, and then we talked about for area, we put this 2 up here, not here, up here, and it stands for squared. 12 square inches, 12 inches squared. Does that make sense? Okay.